home sweet home.
Really hasn't changed much since you left.
Nope.
I put fresh sheets on the bed, and you won't believe who was in the linen closet. Panda. I put him on the bed, too. Let me show you where to go. You'll be in the garage with Mason.
You know, I just need the bathroom and then I'm good.
Oh, you'll use the one off the kitchen. It is so wonderful to have you home, Theodore Finch.
Wow. And it's good to be here, Mom. Hey, I meant to say, but we got to talking in the car. Your visits really kept me going.
Oh, sweetie, they kept us going, too.
Mimi was definitely our designated visitor.
When Mom came to see me, it felt like you were all in there with me.
I'm Mason.
Oh, Mason, it's your Uncle Teddy, your new roommate.
I used to carry you around in one hand.
Is that the jacket?
That's the jacket. See? With the hood up, they'll think it's the same person coming and going.
Don't be so sure. Mrs. Morrison busted Maria within a week.
Oh, but that's exactly my point. Maria didn't have a disguise. Phoebe Morrison is blind as a bat. With one jacket, she'll think Teddy's Mason.
This isn't going to end well.
Wow, you're so old. Are you still up? You should be asleep.
No, I was just...
Hello, sis.
Hey,
Everyone's going to bed
welcome
now.
home, Ted.
He's exhausted.
Hey, well, night. Sleep tight.
God, it feels good to hear that. Yeah, sleep tight.
I put Mason on the top bunk. I thought it would be easier for you. Oh, my boy. You're really home. Oh. Good morning, morning glories. Good morning, morning glories.
Thank you, Mother.
I've already been for a run.
Clear the runway. Big week this week.
That's our girl.
Oh, Mom, can you pass me my multi-purpose?
Ha! Up and dressed and ready to kill it.
Someone give this champion some breakfast.
Now what?
Ha! Gotcha! I got up when you were still in the shower. You thought I was still in bed.
Does anyone know what he's doing with his life?
I need to lose 20 pounds by 9 a.m.
How did the Emerson house look yesterday?
Fabulous. Jennifer and Nancy said I added thousands to the value. I was like, how come I don't get a cut?
Did you really ask that?
No, that wouldn't be professional. I did say, though, that Rob Henkels told us he would give out a finder's fee for anyone who finds him a listing. I had a few good ideas.
How on earth is a finder's fee?
Well, realtors can't actually give out fees, but he did say he would start a discretionary fund and add to it when I bring him business. So when I get my realtor's license, I can use it for my own marketing and staging.
What do you have to do to get your fee?
Find houses to sell.
You will be a wonderful realtor. You're so good at staging. It's a natural next step.
Did you ask Teddy about helping with the Santa Catalina house?
Yes, he's going to do it. Lucky for you, Mace. You gotta give me more warning than that if you aren't going to be free. The furniture doesn't unload itself. I need a full crew.
I'm sorry if I'm the only guy at school who can handle a lighting board.
Yeah. Well, when they pay you $12 an hour, we can talk. I have a business to run here.
And you do very well, dear. But I would like my coffee table back.
And my bedside table? And a lamp?
It's only till Monday. The Emerson house is going over asking. No question. Wait. This has pulp.
Mom got it.
Obviously, you didn't. Mom, no pulp. Besides, Rob says that the Emerson house sells this weekend. Everyone gets an iPad, including the stagers. Think of it as a rent. We're renting our furniture for an iPad.
I still need a lamp.
It's only till Monday, sweetie. Lynn says the Emerson house is huge.
Leave it, Molly.
I think she could get us a lamp from somewhere else.
Did you sleep okay in there, honey? I know it's a little tight right now.
It's okay.
I say, as long as we can make the rent, there is no earthly reason why I can't share my home with my own kids. I don't care what the landlord says. Teddy needs a fresh start.
Facebook!
No Facebook. Time for school, guys.
Narc.
Rules is rules.
Good morning, morning glory.
Morning.
Did you sleep well, love?
Kinda still am.
There's room at the table.
You know, I'm good for now. I just need to...
Go ahead, man. If you're gonna be in there a while, turn the radio on.
Well, hello, Miss Molly. Do they still call you Miss Molly?
No. Hi. I thought it would be more badass.
I was expecting crazier.
He really hasn't changed much, you know.
But you know what has changed?
What?
His eyes. He looks like Dad.
Funny, I don't see it.
He does look more like Dad. The way Dad's eyes looked all imploring.
Imploring? I was married to the man for 44 years. I never thought of him as imploring. Well, I mean, not as a look.
Rueful. He looks rueful.
You girls are something. Rueful? Imploring?
I think I'm gonna go get a little more shut-eye. What the hell are all those guns doing under my bed?
Oh, those are mine.
I fucking hate guns, man.
Oh, well, they're not real.
Well, they are to me. Why do you have them?
I make movies. They can't hurt you.
Well,
They're
they
just-
do hurt me.
But they're... So much for the scary felon.
This one's scary in a different way.
Kinda hard to be a badass when you're afraid of toy guns.
Now, I want you to show your uncle some respect. Doesn't Teddy look wonderful? So fit.
Yeah, after living off taxpayers' money to the tune of 50 grand a year for 14 years with 3 square and a gym membership, I'd look good too.
I need to take Ted shopping.
You could take Ted shopping.
Mimi's his mom. Mimi can take him shopping.
I know.
Cut it out, Mal.
I'm just saying.
I happen to have a living to make, so we have somewhere to live.
We know. It's cool.
I go out when I need to go out.
I have babysitting after school. After that, I'm moving to Seattle.
Word of the day. Pubescent.
Who's talking, fuzzballs?
Facebook.
What did I say about Facebook, Molly? No Facebook until your homework is done and you've done your chore.
I'm just checking the weather.
On Facebook,
When did you become chief of the secret police?
the first step is
I'm
acceptance.
not addicted to Facebook.
Okay, well, you're addicted to half the soccer team who happen to be on Facebook.
That is none of you.
Molly, they're talking about you. You're being a stalker. No one wants to date a stalker.
Why don't you just mind your own
Molly,
business?
these are my teammates. You don't know what they're like, okay? You don't know the way they talk about girls. You don't want to know.
Like they would ever talk to you.
Just back off. You don't get how this goes.
And you do? Okay, come back to me when you know anything about having a social life in this town.
How was school?
Fine, I guess. Molly's hogging the computer.
Set the timer, please.
How's number 735, 498, doing?
Oh, don't be rude. He is fine. He's already been downtown, and he just did his yoga.
Yoga? Oh, God, that's creepy. Don't let him do that with me there.
What even is prison? They do yoga?
I can hardly recognize my little brother. He's so transcendent.
So where's Dad? Mom said that you buried him out back.
Oh, he's under the geranium in the middle of the backyard. You can't miss him.
Interred, not buried.
What's the difference?
You bury a body, you inter ashes.
Ah, I get it. I was wondering how you pulled off a grave in the yard. I think I'll go pay my respects.
How sorta touching?
I think he's a whack job. You know, I woke up in the middle of the night to some weird moaning noise, and at first I thought he was crying, but it was more like a...
Oh, was it like a sound? He's probably meditating. He says he wakes up at 4 to meditate.
More like a V8 engine. You know, I was dreaming about racing, but it just turned out to be my weird Uncle Ted.
Just looks freaky.
He's a kook!
But I mean the way he just says he's gonna go see Gramps out back, like, hey Dad, so I did my time. What have you been up to since you turned me in?
It wasn't like that.
Okay, Mom.
It wasn't. You know, Teddy was out of control and things just escalated. He's a good guy. Now,
Did I like him when I was younger?
oh, you both loved him. He would lie on his back and lift you up in the air with his feet, and you would fly like Superman.
Kind of like a dad, right?
Not exactly. Teddy wasn't around much.
Being around was hardly a prerequisite.
You know what I mean.
Uncle Ted was around more than Bigfoot.
Shut up.
Don't.
Sorry, Sasquatch.
Shut up.
That's why we have so much hair on our arms.
That's
Mom?
enough, Mason.
What's for dinner?
Food. He actually had very fine hair. Exactly your color. And he wore it in a little ponytail.
You did? You never told us he had a ponytail.
God, here we go again.
Like a short, stubby little ponytail?
Yes, exactly. His bandana hid it, but that first night he tied his bandana to a tree so we'd know how to get back to the trail.
Because he wanted to watch the sunset over the lakes.
Oh, that's right. It was an unforgettable sunset. More purple than pink, with streaks of orange. It was the most romantic setting you could possibly imagine. It was like being in a painting.
A watercolor painting.
But once the sun set, the temperature dropped and we didn't know what we were doing or where we were going to camp.
But we found the trail where he tied his red bandana.
Still, we broke one of the first rules of backpacking.
Set it before sundown. You had to hurry to get wood?
We had a nice little fire and something to eat. And when he hugged me that night, I could tell what a strong man he was. And I remember thinking he would make the most wonderful father.
Except for the invisible part.
But you said you were leaving.
And that we would make the most beautiful children and he would be the best daddy.
And you didn't even know his name?
I like not knowing it.
Like two masked lovers at a ball.
No, we stayed up so late talking about where we had grown up. He had never been to California. I had never been to New Hampshire. Talked about our plans and our dreams. We slept outside that night, and the next day we hiked the most I'd done.
12 miles.
And we knew that we were going to stay together again.
And that's when you saw the old settlers cabin?
He saw it first, this neat old cabin on the loop road, and we decided it would be a good idea to stay there.
Because the sun was setting and you wanted to watch it again together.
Yeah, but this one was very quick and not very satisfying since we could only see it through the trees. And we took over the cabin, set up our bedding, and shared our supper.
And that night,
He told me his name.
Mason.
What?
Not you. We just got the part about the settlers cabin. I wish his name would have been Atticus. Then Mace would have to be Atticus Finch.
Atticus Finch. Somehow I don't see it. Maybe he'd grow into it.
Yeah. No. So anyway, that night,
That night things happened.
that you can't take back. And when you woke up,
Poof. He was gone.
and you cried all morning.
I cried off and on for days. The rest of the time on the Appalachian Trail, I asked everybody I passed through, I'd seen a tall young man with a yellow backpack.
And a red bandana.
But no one had.
You just disappeared.
But he did leave something behind.
Us.
Oh, Molly dear, let's try to remember no eating in bed. I slept on crumbs again last night.
Sorry, Mimi.
They're in the keyboard too.
No eating at the computer.
One of these days we're gonna have my famous pancakes.
Oh, that would be so nice. Teddy will cook for all of us.
Gross.
You'll love them. I make them with cinnamon.
I've always served them with lemon curd.
Oh, is Mom still making good use of that lemon tree?
You mean, why does everything we eat taste so tart?
Lemon chicken, lemon drizzle, lemon tapioca.
Lemon everything. I used to call it sour cooking, but tart sounds better. I'll call it tart from now on.
I call it zesty.
Lemon butter cookies, lemon pasta.
So, Miss Molly, are you going to help your Uncle Ted set up a Facebook account? My men's group has a way to talk to one another on Facebook, and supposedly I need an account.
Molly can show you the finer points of stalking.
Duck off, duckhead.
Duck you too.
I can show you, Ted. We can set you up with an account if you want. Though I don't do Facebook much.
Except to check to see what Molly's saying to dishonor the family.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't.
And she wouldn't be doing hers.
And you too, Jill. As soon as the kids leave for school, you're on your portable computer all day.
That's because I'm editing an average of 600 pages a week these days.
That's a lot of words.
Words and furniture. That's what keeps us afloat, right, Jill? Hey, are we carving pumpkins this year? Because if you hadn't noticed, everyone else's are out.
Just as long as Mason doesn't do that gross throwing up thing with the pole.
No, this year I'm going to be doing a zombie pumpkin.
I'm going to be carving out our house number.
Oh, that would be so darling, all lit up. Oh, we need to get you some warm clothes before the weather turns. A couple nice sweaters, some slacks, comfortable shoes. I'll take you out.
I'm not a cripple, Mom.
Of course you're not.
Besides, it's not a matter of self-adornment. True transformation comes when opportunity collides with the miracle of self-actualization. All we need is a little kismet and a lot of faith in the overarching power for good.
Oh, well, that reminds me. Honey, I have another job for you.
I'm at your disposal.
I saw Faye McDowell last night at Bridge, and she said they need someone to take care of the grounds and make small repairs over at Cartwheel's preschool.
I could do that, so long as it doesn't interfere with helping Lynn with the furniture.
Sounds flexible enough. I mean, the way the market is heating up, though, I may need you more. As long as I get first dibs on your time.
All those realtors certainly have first dibs on your time.
Hey, if you want to stay on top of the food chain, you've got to attach yourself to a shark. Once I get my realtor's license, Rob Henkel is going to be our meal ticket, folks. My discretionary fund is going to sit tight in his bank account, just growing into a huge marketing budget, and then look out Palo Alto, Lynn Finch has houses to sell.
And then Teddy can have your room. I told Faye you'd stop by the school to get the lay of the land. Not that it has changed one iota since you kids were there.
Are felons allowed to work at preschools?
Fiddlesticks. Teddy's not a felon. Faye's known him since he was born. She knows what a good family he comes from.
Please tell Faye that I'm humbled by her faith in me, Mom, but I am a felon.
Nonsense. You made some bad choices. Who doesn't? Anyway, they're paying $15 an hour for 5 hours a week. That's over $300 a month.
I'm a rich man.
There, you see? What is it I always say? We are Finches, and
Finches always adapt.
Oh, no you don't. I haven't been on since last night.
You are going to message Michael Fulham. I can't let you do that. You promised me you weren't going to message him, Molly. You told me you were going to wait for him to contact you first.
I won't. I promise. I was just going to, check the new likes on my new profile picture. Vicky got 71 on hers. 54.
Time's up.
You smell like Goodwill. You need to wash it before you wear it.
And you're a stalker. Mimi, you told me my new shirt was new.
well, not brand new.
Which is why it smells like Goodwill. God, nothing is ever new in this house, ever. If you ever actually got out of the house long enough to take him to Target, you wouldn't have to wear Mimi's treasures.
Hey, it's okay. She's just being a stark-raving lunatic.
Somebody got off on the wrong side of the school bus.
Oh, everybody leave her alone. She's 16.
Well, so am I, but I don't act like a domestic terrorist.
Daughters rob you of your sanity. Sons restore it.
Gee, thanks, Mom. What's that say about Teddy? You can hardly say he restored your sanity.
Teddy coming home restores my sanity. I thought you were going to make him a welcome home banner, Mason.
No, Mimi, I told you. Banners are what 10-year-old girls do.
think Mason is becoming a man behind our backs.
And banners are not manly.
At least banners are friendly. Not like guns. Guns are for cowards. If you can't solve a dispute without shooting someone, why, you are nothing more than a coward.
Mimi, I don't shoot people.
Your movies are nothing but shooting.
My movies are about special effects.
True, but mostly gunfire and blood splatters.
Mimi, when I start buying real guns, then you can call me a killer. But until then, I make action films. And just so you're aware, this afternoon I'm going to see a man about a Glock. We're meeting at Starbucks.
What on earth is a Glock?
It's a kind of pistol. An airsoft gun. Very realistic, but not deadly.
Well, it sounds deadly. Anyway, with Teddy here now, I do hope you'll be very careful with those guns around him. We want to be welcoming, not scare him silly.
Of course we're welcoming,
At
Mom.
least we didn't turn the guy in. Now that's unwelcoming.
Grandpa did not turn Teddy in. They had some points of disagreement. Typical father-son struggles. Grandpa was an engineer and he assumed Teddy would be one too, but that boy never did have the patience for engineering.
ADHD.
He was a free spirit, very creative, but Grandpa liked to point out engineers are creative, but they also have to be very disciplined.
So Teddy joined a gang and became a hardcore drug dealer.
He was so sure that Teddy just wasn't applying himself, but Grandpa was such a perfectionist. Even his garden was perfect. You remember those 3 espalier trees? He trained each and every angle into place. Those little trees never did bear fruit, but they were his pride and joy.
Couldn't wait for them to be big enough for me to climb on.
You know, they didn't have to tear them down when they replaced that fence.
We really kind of did, Mom. The trees were right up along the old one.
You took care of the geranium. You took good care of the geranium.
Well, that's different. That's my conjugal duty. Mason, you said you were going to rake back there. All of Phoebe Morrison's leaves are in our yard.
Okay, but then I gotta get the Glock.
Well, I will be out in a bit to supervise. Oh, honey, Teddy asked me to tell you that he can't help you with your cooking shift today. He has to make some kind of presentation to his men's group. Now, don't come down on him too hard, Lynn. He's still adjusting.
Sure, fine. He used to be so uncommunicative.
I know. Do you remember how he used to go into his room for hours on end?
Yeah, no one dared go in and find him shooting up or something.
He was just too scary.
My God, he was running around with people who were capable of anything. Like anything.
Mom was always like, don't disturb Ted, he's working on a problem set.
Yeah, he was working on a set of problems, all right. That's what frustrated Dad so much. You know, that amazing mind being slow-baked to a crispy golden brown.
He should have been over at Stanford doing nuclear physics or something.
Yeah, right. Lock up your Bunsen burner, folks. Boy, genius on the loose.
What till around sophomore year was it? When Ted's evil twin moved in and the sincere little scholar left for good.
Yep, and our baby brother turned into a hardened criminal.
Do you remember the time he had Mom take him on the drug run so the cops wouldn't recognize the car?
Is that the time he got shot?
No, I was with him that time. He owed me a bunch of money from when he stole my lockbox, and I went with him to make sure I got my money back before he stole it again.
You weren't actually with him when he got shot, were you?
Well, I was literally waiting in the car. It turned out to be the getaway car.
What a prince, huh?
He suddenly burst through the window and he was screaming, "Go, Jill, go!" And his arm was bleeding all over the place.
He must have been terrified.
Beyond terrified. No, with Mom, he told her he was buying a bicycle. He is not the same Ted, that's for sure.
What I don't get is how is he going to get back on his feet again, moving furniture and mowing lawns? I mean, there's no way he's going to be able to afford rent around here on his own.
I think what Ted would say to that is, let not the grass grow under your feet, for the journey is long.
Yeah, about divide and conquer, for the rent is high.
Hello, my sisters.
Well, hello, Ted. You were out early this morning.
Yeah, I wanted to go and clean the gutters, and I had to get there before the kids, you know, and plus sweep out the pathways and put out the trikes. But hey, beats getting up at 4:45 every morning just so they can count your ass at 5. Now I've got my meditation time and good honest work.
We're striking the Channing place Thursday morning.
Already? Didn't we just move the furniture in?
Welcome to Palo Alto. It's on the market for 2 days and went 60 over asking.
Why the hell do so many people want to move to Palo Alto all of a sudden?
Are you kidding me? This is Silicon Valley. Forget apricots, we grow computers now.
15 years ago, you could actually park downtown and get a beer for $1. Now it's all just sidewalk cafes and fine dining.
You chose an interesting time to leave.
You kind of had no choice.
True.
I put Mom and Dad through so much already by then. All of you, actually, that... Well, juvie, DUIs, overnights in county. I figured with a little help from Pop, I could finally get myself straight once and for all, you know?
What do you mean help from Pop?
I mean, he helped me... I had him set me up. Turns out it's not exactly Betty Ford in there. There's plenty of ways to get high inside. But I just had to white knuckle it. But I knew that, you know, that's where I needed to be.
So, Dad turned you in, but you helped him do it?
I made him do it. I mean, I couldn't start the day without getting high. But I had nobody to talk to, though. It was just me and my sick head. So one day I went to Pop and I said, I'm too sick to fight. Not you, not Mom, not the law. I can't take it another day, Dad. You gotta turn me in. And he looked at me with those sad, tired eyes and said, even I can't do that. I mean, he'd been fighting for years against me and my demons. So finally I told him, if he didn't turn me in, I was gonna burn the house down with everybody in it.
What do you know?
Well, that got him to agree. I set the evidence out, he called it in. It's the only time I ever saw him cry.
Conspiracy to distribute, gang involvement. That's 2 strikes, Ted. Why didn't you just turn yourself in?
Turn myself in? Oh, I don't know. It's like giving yourself a tattoo. It just hurts too damn much. He did me a big favor.
That's some favor.
Well, I learned how to play it safe and, you know, keep things safe in the
Oh
yard.
God, I don't want to think about that.
No fighting, not me. It's kind of complicated. I got appointed to this committee to help out with little fender benders, keep cars on the road. Call it car maintenance.
Car maintenance.
How do I explain this? So, you get a group of guys from different geographic locations, and they organize themselves into what's called a car. It's not a real car, it's not a real anything, it's just a way to organize. You've got the driver, he's got the keys to the car, he keeps the car on the road. The problem is the backseat drivers. They get to acting stupid with another car, and then we got a problem. Before it becomes a bigger problem, the drivers talk. If they can't work things out, then they come to me and my committee.
Car maintenance, huh?
Well, it keeps the COs out, which is always preferable. They're as crazy as the inmates. You guys gotta understand, it's a combat zone in there. You're always looking over your shoulder. You got a very short fuse in there.
Oh, sounds like you figured out an angle.
Well, I went in there with a lot of nerves and no plan, but I knew that's where I needed to be.
The judge called you a menace to society.
No, that was more like a menace to me. Oh, hey, buddy. I was waiting for you. I think I'll go out and have a smoke.
Hey, don't let them see you smoking or they're gonna think my little boy's a hoodlum.
Your little boy is going to start shooting heroin unless you stop calling him your little boy.
Mason, honey, will you pull my new brochure up on the screen so Aunt Lynn can hear Mr. Joshi's quote? This is my client from Cisco who offered to write me a testimonial. Read it out loud to her, hon.
Jill Finch corralled 13 engineers to accomplish the impossible, to create a user manual that will stand the test of time.
I love it. You created something that will stand the test of time.
The time being 1 year max, but okay.
Yeah, but then you'll write another one and cha-ching.
Do you need to be on there?
I'm fixing Mom's brochure. She's upping her fees.
Oh yay, we're going to the Bahamas.
As long as they have an internet connection.
Okay, as if. Why do you keep using our computer? Why can't you just use your own?
You know my laptop can't hold all of Illustrator. Besides, Mason's happy to help me. Aren't you, Mace? As if what?
Mason, what are the chances Mother will be escorting us to the Caribbean this season?
To quote Grandpa, no!
What's so funny?
We're planning a trip.
Trips are good.
Except for one minor detail. We won't actually go. Planning trips in this family is like reading science fiction. Once you're done, you're like, well, that'll never happen.
All hands on deck. I just heard from Linda Martinez.
Oh my God, if they raise the rent again, that'll be 15% in 3 years. This is getting to be ridiculous.
No, she called to say that the landlord is coming to town next week and wants to do a walkthrough. We need to move that bed back, boys.
I feel like they just did a walkthrough.
Well, apparently there's been a divorce or death or something. It has to do with splitting up the properties. They each get 3.
What do you mean they each get 3? I mean, since when do they own 6 properties? I mean, I thought the trust only owned 4.
They did. Ours and the 3 around the corner, but then they bought 2 more. The Hardigans and the Tapscott's places. Back when you 2 were in school. That's why Phoebe turned in Maria. When Phoebe and Ray moved in, they got busted for their barking dog. She always thought I'd called it in, but it wasn't me. It was Chester across the street. I just ignored it, but I am convinced that that is why she told on Maria.
The trust owns the Morrison's place?
Of course. They bought it from the Hardigans and the Tapscotts next door.
Oh my God.
What? Oh my God, what?
Oh my God.
Lynn?
What? Lynn?
Rob Henkel had us make a list of all the old people we know who we thought might want to sell their houses. And, you know, I thought of Phoebe Morrison because she's practically 100 years old. And I even drove him by there last week.
Phoebe doesn't own that house. The trust owns it.
I get that, Mom. I get that now.
Don't look.
Don't you let Rob Henkel near this place.
It's those Facebook millionaires. There aren't enough houses for them in this town, so they buy them out from little old ladies who wind up in some god-awful facility somewhere.
Okay, Mom. No one said anything about a facility.
Nobody ever wants to send old people away. Everybody always says they want to stay together, and then one day you fall and break your hip, and suddenly you're in a hospital bed, and people are talking about you as if you're deaf and dumb, and then suddenly you wake up in a carpeted little room with a picture of your late husband on the bedside table, and your name tag on the door, and there's another name tag because they make you have a roommate.
You know what, Mom? What do you say we go put our feet up? Lynn's on for dinner, and I'm just exhausted.
Come on, Mom.
Landlord's doing another walkthrough,
Oh God, again.
and Mimi's doing her don't send me to a facility dance.
As if.
Hey, we're a family. We're always going to take care of each other. I think about that thing with the spermsicle on the counter.
The what?
Oh, the time I left your mom's spermsicle on the counter. They were frozen when I picked them up from the, whatchamacallit, the sperm bank. But then I left them on the counter and they melted or defrosted, whatever. And then your mom came into the kitchen and she said, "Those are my babies in there." And then she took out a turkey baster. And I said, "If you inject all that up inside you, you're just going to end up with a whole litter."
What?
Which is kind of what
What are you
happened.
talking about?
If you think about having twins, a litter, right? Which is a good thing.
Why are you saying this?
What?
Mom, why is he saying this?
Teddy, what did you say to her?
Well, I was just telling him about the turkey baster.
Oh my God! No! You oh, did you just? Oh no, Ted!
What?
No! Oh, Mason! Oh, Molly!
What about the old settler's cabin? What about the daddy?
I don't see how a hunger strike is going to bring back our fake father. Why do you insist on making this all about you? Come on, Molly, we all have to live here together. You not speaking or eating is messing everything up. Edie and Mom are out of their minds.
Hi, guys. Hey, I'm going over to Cartwheels to get some tools, unless, of course... Because I could always go later.
Go now.
Okay, I can do that. Hey, listen, I didn't know about her backstory.
You mean her lie?
Okay, but your mom didn't see it that way. You know what she told me? The only reason why she came up with that story is because you guys thought I was your dad when you were little. Somehow you knew there had to be a dad because, Mason, you started calling me Dada, and then soon, Molly, you started doing the same thing.
Oh, please.
Well, think about it. What would have happened if you guys actually thought I was your dad? You could have twisted your little minds forever. A guy like me, I was just a human garbage can sitting around waiting to score. You can call it a lie, but your mom thought any story would be better than me being any kind of father to you two.
She had a point there.
So I gotta ask you, is it still a lie if it's meant to do good? Because it got you all the way till now, right? Knowing that you came from a place of real love?
Real love? A couple of weirdos go hiking and end up in a cabin in the woods?
No, that's not what I mean. The real love I'm talking about is that she came up with a story. And now she tells me that she told that story like you read a kid their favorite book, over and over again. The kid loves the story, right? Even though he's memorized the whole thing, he knows exactly what's going to happen. Soon, just the story becomes the story. That's the love in this story. That's the real love. Look, it can get really boring for a grown-up being around kids all the time. I mean, you're reading books over and over again, explaining things 10 times. I was there. I mean, you kids could be pains in the asses, man.
But she didn't have to lie.
Okay, fair enough, maybe not, but we'll never know. And me telling you about the freezer, that shouldn't take anything away from the fact that what your mom did, she did out of love. I mean, you gotta want that baby a lot to go ahead and make one all on your own, never mind 2 babies. You guys had a whole house full of people loving you. Sometimes I'd come down in the night and there'd be a party going on in the kitchen with bottles boiling and sisters and grandparents, and you two were smack in the middle screaming. That's a lot of love.
So now we should be grateful?
There's no should be grateful. You can only be grateful if you feel grateful. I know that I've been trying to make it a practice to be grateful for something every day this past 10 years. I know that I'm grateful that when I needed a place to land, you guys gave me a seat at the table. You didn't have to do that. There's plenty of people here as it is. Look, I'm truly sorry for causing trouble since the very beginning. I was never very good at apologizing. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
But can you forgive me?
I said I accept your apology.
No, forgive. There's a difference.
Just go get your tools.
I will make this up to you.
Well, at least they're old enough now to see things for what they really are. Imagine if they were 8 and Teddy told them.
That's true. They're almost of age.
I mean, it is out of left field, and that can be hard. It's like at work. Rob will drive clients around all day, and at each house they're like, oh, this one. No, this one. And 2 days later, they're like, this other realtor knew what we wanted. 1 minute you're sitting in one reality, and the next you're just sitting there with your mouth open.
Just catching flies.
Well, for 16 years, those kids had the security of knowing they had a dad. I mean, a real dad. Well, a fictitious real dad, as opposed to a cup of sperm dad. But at least they had that. I mean, you can't take that away from them.
Could I have handled it any worse? And now Ted.
Well, I think that a man claiming you within hours of meeting you on the Appalachian Trail is a charming love story.
We didn't have sex the first night.
What?
He didn't claim me as his own till the second night.
Did you just say you didn't sleep with him the first night?
We zipped our sleeping bags together. Oops.
Delete. You gotta start dating,
I
huh?
sounded a little crazy there.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, we gotta get you out there. How about Match.com? You can go for coffee around the corner. I'll even sit at a nearby table if that'll help.
Not doing that.
It's been 16 years since you've been on a date, Jill.
Oh, you know, it only feels like 12. I am not dating.
What do you have such loyalty to donor number 56,487?
It's not practicable.
What the hell does that mean?
The whole point was to give them a dad so I wouldn't have to go find a real one. I mean, who has time for that? I've had to raise them, feed them, and house them. How was I supposed to go to the bars to find a man?
It's not the only way to find a man, Jill. Online dating is perfect for you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, Jill. Hey, listen, I'm still so sorry. And if it would help, I have the key to Cartwheels, and I could stay there. There's a little mattress underneath the castle loft. I could stay there easy.
No, Ted. You don't have to do that, but I would really appreciate it if you would learn from this and just...
Shut your mouth unless spoken to.
That's not what I was gonna say.
What then? Take them out for ice cream? I'm not so sure they want to go.
Learn from this and accept that everyone has a story, and it's important that we each get to tell our own stories. And stories change.
People change. You should know that best of all. Still, it is time I think that they knew. Now you can start dating for real.
I never said yes to dating.
Right. What if Mimi fell?
I'd be here.
Oh, you have a huge deadline.
I do.
And I think you still got it if you ask me, Jill.
Thanks.
And listen, I know some really nice guys. I call them spiritual warriors.
You know, no. Thanks though, Ted.
You better not be contacting any of my teammates. I'm not going to have you fucking up my home life and my team life.
I didn't fuck up anything. Mom did.
So now you speak. Well, I've got news for you, oh silent one. Mom didn't fuck up your life. She gave you life. Uncle Ted's the one who fucked it up.
Yes, Mom gave me life. Mom and a turkey baster. And I hate all of them.
That's not a good enough reason to stop speaking. Or eating.
I've swallowed enough. Did you know I've been doing Facebook searches for almost 3 years? And I actually thought I had a hot lead when I found a man in the Concord Hiking Club named Mason, 2 years older than Mom. I knew where he works and everything, and I was going to contact him when we turned 18.
Oh, Mom.
It's going to be my big surprise.
No wonder you can't eat.
Just kind of done, you know.
For right now, maybe.
The worst part is I can't tell anyone. I mean, who would you trust with this? I've been bragging about this man my entire life. How they got lost in the Appalachian Trail. How they had no way to find each other. If the truth got out, I would look like such a loser.
So don't tell anyone. It can be our secret.
Just feel like an idiot.
Of course, I never believed that fairy tale.
Ha!
I didn't. That was your little fantasy.
Bullshit, Mason.
Okay, obviously when we were little, but you were the one who kept pushing Mom to add new details.
If you didn't believe it, then why did you suggest to Mom last summer that we climbed Molly's Ridge and stayed at the old settler's cabin?
To humor you both.
Oh, please. You are so
Oh, I am so sure that Mom would have gone hiking on the Appalachian Trail all by herself. I just let her believe it. It never mattered that much to me.
It always mattered. I don't know how you can't see that. Everyone in this family is just scared to death.
Now what are you talking about?
It's true.
Okay, Mom, I get, but what about Aunt Lynn? She's not afraid of anything.
Aunt Lynn's afraid she missed the boat. If only she'd bought that condo when we were in the 3rd grade. We're worth so much now.
Story of our lives.
Mimi's afraid of getting old.
Too late. No, Mimi's afraid of facilities. Actually, no, I know what Mimi's afraid of, but what am I so scared of?
You're afraid to upset Mom.
You're not? You're afraid you'll never get anyone to date you. But stalking Michael Fuller won't work. You don't get what guys are like, Moll. Fuller is a beast.
Not to me, he wasn't. Back when he was texting me and all.
He was texting you to set you up. Don't you get that?
No, you could tell he really liked me. You could tell I would tense up when I walked by his desk. You could tell.
The guy is a pig.
Do you want to know what I do sometimes?
I don't know, do I?
I hold my phone in one hand and plug it into the charger.
Okay, this is creepy.
Just to feel that double buzz. Like when I used to get texts from him for that 1 week. That buzz, I could feel the tingling sensation in my hand. Like the 3 little dots when he was typing me a message. Michael's typing. It's just
A drug. You scare me.
just because you have no feelings.
I have feelings.
You hide them very well.
All a guy wants is a place where he can have a friend over and just chill. You know, the last time I had a place to have a friend over, you were in Arizona with Aunt Lynn. And Dean Fraser came over, and we hung out on the top bunk all day. And we made army forts instead of watchtowers and stuff. But then he sees Mom's bra on the dresser, and I have to confess that we share with her. He and Auntie Jacobs called me bra strap for like 1.5 years after that.
Is that why they called you BS? Oh my god, I did not just
What?
see that. I did not.
What
Don't
place?
look.
Oh my God! I cannot stand
I'm
this
going
place!
to kill myself.
How did she-
Oh my. It was on photo booth. How the hell does she know how to use photo
She
booth?
obviously figured it
Well,
out.
obviously not entirely.
Oh, I'm going to vomit.
I'm going to.
You cannot tell anyone about this. Please?
I won't.
Delete it, okay? Delete it, please.
I can't show
Delete it, Molly!
She'll
You...
know we saw it.
You know the costume change. And and we're still working on the split.
Do you remember when Maria would bring her 12 family members trick-or-treating and they would completely get us out of candy? Oh god, I miss those guys.
So Mom was telling me that you were some kind of judge in there.
Oh, it was more like being on a pit crew, I guess you could say. You get appointed. The guard saw that I didn't have an agenda, no friends to protect, no plans.
Because I was like Uncle Ted, a judge. What?
Well, I didn't start out one. I thought I'd better come out swinging, you know, be the tough guy. But that just landed me in a bunch of trouble. And I thought, how am I going to get through 10 years of this? And then one day, I noticed the ducketed guys. I mean, I really noticed them.
The what, guys?
Oh, a ducat is like it's like a hall pass. So the guys going to religious services or going to AA meetings, they'd always be crossing the yard, always looking like they had someplace to go. All because they believed in a higher power. And the wiser part of me thought, you know, I need a higher power so I can get a ducat. And after years of hating almost everything, I suddenly started having places to go, places I needed to be. And something about being needed makes you not need to hate as much anymore.
Wow, big deal. You got to go to church.
And meetings. AA went from a place to go to the place to be. I found safety in my fellow sufferers. I took everything to that group. Any of it. All of it. And they taught me how to play it straight. Respectful. Self-examined. These are the traits of a true spiritual warrior.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, the guards saw that I was somebody they could count on, so they appointed me to this inmates judicial committee. Help out with little problems as they arose.
And what did the other guys think of you being on that committee?
Well, it took a while, but they respected me in the end. I remember when some of the guys asked me to ref a game of hoops.
Ref? I didn't know you played basketball.
Well, in middle school. I was actually a tough little guard. I couldn't score, but I could steal anything.
So did you play in the...
No, I just reffed. That first game? Early on, one of them questioned a call. A big guy. I mean, a really big guy. So I swear to God, I stood up toe-to-toe to him and I said, hey, if you can't live with my calls, you ain't got a ref.
Really? Go Uncle Ted! So did you finish the game?
Oh yeah, I reffed until the day I walked out a free man.
What did you miss the most?
Inside? Well, the obvious.
Oh, right, yeah.
But coming in a very close second, I missed a mother's love. I really did. You know, I left here no more than a kid. I had no idea how much I depended on her. She was always there for a good word, even when I was being a supreme dick. You know, she wrote me every week. The letters were boring as hell.
She's a good grandma.
She's why we're all here. And I'm going to show her she was right to believe in me. I'm going to show her someday I'm going to make her proud. I don't exactly know how yet, but are you in with me?
Me?
Are we going to make Grandma proud?
Sure, I guess. I'm mostly focused on Molly right now, you know, with everything that's going on.
You are a Finch, no doubt about it. We take care of each other.
Which isn't easy, because she's such a loose cannon. You know, she wants true love so bad she keeps throwing herself at guys. And right now she's got an obsession with the worst one of all. All she talks about is how hot he is. Doesn't she know the hotter the guy, the harder the hit?
You're taking a bullet for her, Mace. I can see it clear as day.
Whatever that means.
Well, inside, there's only one measure of a man. Had he ever taken a bullet for a buddy? That was the gold standard in there. But it's not just about guns, buddy. Taking a bullet for somebody means stepping up and saying, what you're doing is not going to end right, and I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. It's taking a stand when it would be so much easier to take cover. I think of my dad, your grandpa. He took a bullet for me.
When did he take a bullet for you?
Well, it's complicated, but believe me, he did.
Well, good for Gramps. I thought you guys didn't really...
Oh, your grandpa, I'm not half the man he was.
Wow. And I'm doing that for Molly?
Because you can love her more than she can love herself right now. That's how that goes. It's funny. I never thought I'd have a kid around that I could teach anything to. And I thought of everything in there. And yet here you are, and I'm giving you something to think about.
You know, Uncle Ted, you remind me a little bit of Gramps in that way.
You couldn't pay me a higher compliment. Hey, listen, do you mind using the bathroom first? Because all that candy's kind of making a hot mess of my gut.
I cannot understand how a house can be inhabited for 25 years by the same family, yet we still get mail addressed to or current resident. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Now what?
It says you're making changes to 2754 Middlefield Road. Is that one of the ones around the corner? Is that one of the 6? Is it, Lynn?
I don't know. Let me see that. No, it can't be. Talks about a second story. It's got to be the big one on the corner, opposite the brick house.
Oh, thank God. I was a little worried there for a second.
Nope.
I thought it was one of the 6.
We're safe as houses, kid. Hey, how's match?
Oh, fine.
As in?
I'm still writing to the techie guy.
Really? What about?
Oh, just stuff. He's very funny, very smart. He says my picture makes me look a lot younger than my stated age. I said that both were slight exaggerations. You thought that was funny.
Exaggerations?
Right? I made it up. Don't you think it should be a word? He calls me a word whore and a conjunction junkie because of my long sentences.
Sounds like your kind of guy, all right.
I call him a technological upgrade. So he said I was hilarious.
So
Wasn't that the point?
wasn't what the point?
I got a guy to like me.
Are you? Okay, this isn't about winning pellets for good behavior, you nut. This is about real humans, involving real emotions. People who live and work on the outside of your crazy
Hey!
little cozy, I meant cozy universe.
So I like him. There, you were right. Lynn was right, girl. Oh. She'll met her match on the internet.
So, when's the coffee date?
When's the what?
Aren't you gonna meet up?
Well, sure, at some point. I don't want to rush things.
Jill, believe me, no one will ever accuse you of being forward. Time to strike.
Except I have a huge
Deadline.
I
do.
This one is huge. I lost one of my writers and I'm doing all his work too.
Well, Mr. Tech Exec won't wait forever.
Oh, neither will the laundry. Help me file.
Imagine patience.
What was that noise?
Oh.
Oh my God, Molly! Molly!
Molly's writing an essay. You can have the computer when she's done. How long you need, Mom? Molly?
Well, kids are gone. She might be there.
Please, Mason, tell me, what did it say?
Mike Fuller took a screenshot of their chat and posted it on his wall.
I didn't follow any of that.
And he captioned it, my very own personal stalker. The little bastard!
What did the chat say?
She was telling him about our father. You know, my namesake and all that. She thinks he cares at all about her and what she's going through.
This is all my fault.
Why do the women in this house always say it's their fault, but then what do you do to fix anything?
You know what I mean, Mason? This is about Appalachia. All I was trying to do is give you guys some context. Especially Molly. I wanted to give you what we had. A dad in his garden, Mom on the couch reading. As kids.
What are you talking about? We have that. Hey, even Gramps is still in the yard. Forget the stupid father. We have Uncle Teddy now.
She was in the yellow playhouse.
Honey. Baby, what are those scratches? Oh no. Is that cutting? Oh my God, baby.
Oh, shut up.
Molly, are you cutting?
Shut up.
Okay, honey, what can I...
Just leave it alone.
Sweetie, please, I want to help you. Does anyone else know?
Do you mean will this dishonor the family? Then the answer is probably yes. Because in the end, Mom, the truth always comes out.
No, I don't care about any of that. I don't. What was that movie we rented? The one you said I shouldn't let you see it. The two girls cutting.
Well, that's just not a thing.
Okay. But if you want to talk,
Please.
Hey, Mom, I entered that special effects contest, and I need to talk to you about Grandpa's geraniums.
sweetie, not now.
Mom, I need a battlefield. I can't have a red flower in the middle of my battle scene.
Why can't you do this at the park?
Mom, I've told you this 100 times. The guns only look realistic if you take the orange tips off of them. It's illegal to have them in public without them on, so I need to do it in the yard.
Honey, not now. Your sister.
Not my sister again. She is a huge sucking sound.
She is going through a hard time right now. You cut her some slack.
Unfortunate word choice.
What's that supposed to mean? So you know
About what?
about her cutting.
Yes. We live in a small and crowded space together. What are you just finding out about this now?
Oh, look, why wouldn't you tell me?
No one had to tell me.
Well, what are we supposed to do about it, Mace? I don't know what to do about it.
Google it.
I'll start with that.
I'll take out like a full.
It's that boy, isn't it? The one who called her his personal stalker on Facebook. He made her do this. We've got to get her off Facebook.
You sound like Molly. You know, she told me the other day that she wants to move to Ann Arbor because some senior she knew went to Michigan. I told her Facebook's in Michigan too.
She told you that? We could turn off the internet.
Oh, Mom.
What? Are you saying that there is nothing left for me to do about anything? This is so pathetic. I want to help my own daughter and can't.
Mom, you can help her.
How, Mace?
Leave her alone.
But why do you get this? I have spent 2 hours on the internet, and all the chat rooms I've visited say that cutting is basically impossible to kick. Worse than heroin. One site says I should take away every sharp object in the house, and another mother says let it run its course. Don't interfere.
Great.
They say it's a disease. Some horrible flesh-eating virus come from my little girl. I don't know why she's doing. Why would you do that? They say it makes you feel numb and in control. How can you feel numb and in control at the same time?
I don't think it's the why that matters. I think it's stopping it that we need to think about.
I don't know how to stop this.
Outrage leads to action. You can do something about this.
I want to post something on that little fucker's Facebook. How he has her piece of anonymously.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
My baby is cutting herself.
I know.
Make him go away.
Hey,
Hi,
Dad.
guys.
Joel's upset.
Yeah, I see that.
It's about the punk who's been bullying Molly. He said some things about her that got out.
I want to kill him.
Okay, so it's a head-on.
No, Ted, we're not in Folsom Prison. Can't just go over there with your weird car thing and fix this injury accident.
Hey, we had an inmate committee for a reason. If the guys that were too upset to do the talking, it took someone with a little more calm, somebody steady, you know?
Yeah, no. You've screwed things up enough around here.
I apologize to the twins.
The twins didn't have to live with you for like 15 years of complete mayhem.
Well, I see you're not ready to forgive.
Because stuff keeps happening, Ted.
I know you see a connection between that stuff
And you? Yes, that's what we see.
but I'm just asking you to look a little deeper.
Nothing there, Ted.
No.
Lynn, you need to let go of your anger. It's crippling you.
That's not all we need to let go of.
Oh, she doesn't mean that.
Do we ever mean anything?
Do you ever actually say anything that means anything?
She doesn't mean that either, but could you at least pause before you speak?
I tried to do that.
We love you, Ted.
Could you not talk? We need the oxygen for actual productivity.
Don't tell me. She doesn't mean that either.
Oh, but I do.
When I saw it, when she saw it, it had already gotten 23 likes. That was hours ago. Oh my God, it's up to 82! Wait a sec, she posted on his wall? Has she gone completely crazy? When pain is shared among people,
The healing can renew the world.
Did you?
It's one of the maxims of the spiritual warrior.
You wrote that on Mike Fuller's wall? Are you effing kidding me?
I wanted to let
I thought Mom made your own account. What the hell are you doing on Molly's account?
I thought it was my account.
God, 82 likes. They're gonna crucify her. You shouldn't be allowed to leave your bed unsupervised. Okay. I deleted it. You are nothing but a walking, talking shit show. I thought you were supposed to be this big Supreme Court jailbird. What the hell is wrong with you?
I wanted to let him know the kind of pain that we were in
He
here.
doesn't care. None of them care, Ted. Am I the only one around here who gets this?
I care.
Nobody cares about us, Ted.
I do.
No, you don't. If you did, then you would leave.
Mason, I can fix
You
this.
can't. You can't fix this.
The spiritual warrior does not leave the unresolved unattended
You
to.
just ruined my sisters. Wait a sec, he posted. This can't be happening. I have seen everything.
I make war on injustice.
He said, sorry, Molly.
He did?
Yeah, he did. He wrote, sorry, Molly.
Are you sure he wrote it?
Yes, I'm sure he wrote it. Nobody else is as stupid as you.
Mason, you damn bike, I keep tripping over it.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, he can go to hell.
This has to be a trap. Oh my god.
No, Mason, I can feel the healing starting to
All right, you
happen.
can never, ever, ever tell anyone what I'm about to do. I'm just going to check Molly's messages. Okay, he said he's sorry again. And she said, I'm sure you'll find a way to make it up to me. Oh my god. He asked her to get a Spirit Sunday on the quad next week. Sorry.
The little word that can heal the world.
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry, and how can I help?
No, I meant I'm sorry.
You? Sorry? Oh, that's okay.
I thought you really blew it when you stuck your nose in Molly's crazy space.
Yeah, I think I kind of stumbled onto that one. I think we now know that Mike Fuller was making himself look big by making Molly feel small. But then Molly got 82 likes on his wall, right? That makes Molly look pretty big, right?
You can't fake 82 likes. Hey, I know we've had a lot going on, but I entered this special effects contest and I was going over the rushes and basically I needed to reshoot a scene. The guy at the media center said I could rent the camera for just an extra hour for a redo and I was hoping you could help me with this one scene.
Oh, I'm no actor, Mason.
Oh, seriously, you really wouldn't have to act at all.
What do I have to do?
You'd mostly just be running along the clothesline in the backyard.
That's my part.
You're part of a platoon.
Is this a war movie, Mason?
Well, yeah.
With guns?
Please, Uncle Ted, think of it more as an indie film, okay? Look, if I win this, or even if I place in the top 10, I could get huge exposure. Then, I promise, I'll make something that doesn't have a single gun in it. How's that?
How
Please?
is this adding to the beauty of the world?
It's art! It's art, man! There's a reason they make war movies, and it's not just for recruitment. My movies are about sacrifice. Not just the ultimate sacrifice, but that's important too. You say you will die for a cause. Well, anyone can say it, but when that moment comes, that's when you know it. I want to record that moment. The face of a man when he loses the gamble. The other sacrifice is the one I make every time I choose my next angle. You have to give up some things to get other things. It's how art works. It's about making choices and living with those choices and not apologizing for them either. I wouldn't be asking you this if I didn't really need it. Look, I've got to get the shot tonight before the sun sets, and I'll have to submit tomorrow. Look, I will still need to edit, and I need to return the camera by tomorrow too. I am literally begging you.
For you, Mason, guns are the final answer, right? Bang, bang, you're dead and I'm not. That makes me the winner?
Everybody thinks that just because I like guns makes me a killer. Just because I like bananas doesn't make me a monkey.
Bananas won't kill a man.
Can I please just state for the record that I don't think killing is the answer? War is not the answer. We are in agreement. Look, it's just a series of close-up handheld shots. You can't tell we're in a fenced-in yard, you know? Normally, I'd have you holding a gun, firing rounds away from the camera. But then, I'd get you with a mask on, holding an M16, and then finally, coming in from the clothesline, commando style, straight into the camera, probably the G36 and MP7, and of course, the Glock 17. But the rest I do in post-production.
What about the clothesline? Is that safe?
Oh, sure. You'd be strapped up with a bunch of weapons and running along the ground, so you'd want the extra support.
What time do you want to do this? Because, you know, I'm in the middle of repairing the chicken coop at Cartwheels.
I was hoping to run through it a few times, shoot right as the sun is setting. So maybe meet here at 4?
All right, Mason. I'm not doing this because you changed my mind about guns, but I will do it because I support you and your passion.
Thank you, Uncle Ted. I owe you. Will you go out there right now so I can adjust the clothesline for your height?
Yeah, but then I gotta get back to the chickens. Guns and drugs. It's what's scary about America.
And Facebook. Don't forget Facebook.
I do understand. You think I couldn't possibly, but I do, honey. I've been online dating a little bit. And there's a CTO, Chief Technical Officer, meeting well like what it sounds. This guy's like 6 levels above me, so he's sort of out of my reach. But he doesn't really know that yet. So he hasn't figured it out. I haven't actually met him yet. I mean in the flesh. I mean clove flesh. I mean at all. It's like we have this whole life together on my phone. It's like he is my phone. Like I have a boyfriend the size of a pack of playing cards. And every time the phone buzzes, I want it to be him. But lately it hasn't been him at all. Probably because I showed signs of neediness. Guys hate needy.
Who doesn't hate needy?
Moms don't hate needy. Oh, I wish I could be stronger for you, Mom.
I wish you wouldn't lie to me.
I won't lie to you anymore. From now on, I will only tell you the truth. I promise.
It happened.
What happened?
They've given us 60 days.
Who's given us 60 days?
The landlords. They're making other plans for the property. You know what that means. They're selling the house to a Facebook millionaire just like next door.
Lynn? Lynn did this! Lynn!
Oh, she's in Redwood City picking up a cappuccino cart. Besides, this is not Lynn's fault. It's those damn Facebook millionaires.
60 days? There's no way we can do this, Mom!
Apparently 60 days is standard.
There's absolutely no way.
It's like Maria always said, you cannot decide your own fate. Fate will decide it for you.
How can they do this to us? This is where we live. This is where we all live. We don't have anywhere else, and there's so many of us right now. You heard what Lynn said about rents have gone up over 25%.
Oh my God, please
Remember the kids. Don't tell Mom.
We are finches, we're survivors. We will adapt.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad Daddy's not alive.
He would know what to do. You know, I think I'll just go out into the yard.
No! What, Mom?
What happened to Daddy?
What?
The geranium is gone.
Geranium's gone. Mason, where's the geranium?
Oh, don't worry, Nini. It's okay. We just repotted it for the movie. It's right over there. Here. We'll put them back in an hour, okay? I took the orange tips off, so now they look really sick. Let's get these strapped on and you can try it out.
Mom, just go lie down,
I
okay?
thought he was gone.
He's still there, Mom.
When I looked, I couldn't see him.
Just go put your feet up, please, Mom.
I just need to think.
What do you do online when we're all asleep?
What?
You know, I know what Daddy would say. He'd say, you and the girls have more smarts than a whole pack of poodles.
You promised you wouldn't lie anymore, Mom.
What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so I have to do this for you too?
I don't know.
You've been using photo booth, Mom, but you don't know the first thing about storing photos. You need to make new folders on there, Mom. Anybody can see your photos on there. I don't think you realize what a light sleeper I am. Every time I come out into the hallway, you're starring in some new internet.
Okay. I've had relations over the internet.
And that's fine, Mom. You're an adult. What is super creepy about it is you don't actually have relationships any other way. Oh, and quit reading my Facebook messages. Quit prying into my life because yours is so pathetic. Don't look.
Jill? Honey? Where are you, honey? Jill?
Hello.
Where is she? Jill! There you are. Well, you weren't anywhere. I was calling and you... You're wearing the jacket. Did you go out?
I went out. I didn't have an episode. I didn't have a panic attack.
You went out and you didn't get upset?
I thought I was gonna feel sick and everything, but it didn't come.
Well, I told you you could do it. But where did you go, sweetie?
I went to Facebook. I asked to please speak to Mark Zuckerberg. I wanted to tell him how he destroyed our lives.
You did what?
Just wanted to speak to him.
You went to Facebook asking for Mark Zuckerberg?
They wouldn't let me see him. Said I needed an appointment. I said he didn't need an appointment when he made us homeless. Call me a coward, but I let my gun do the talking.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh.
Police! Open up! Joe Finch, I have a warrant for your arrest for brandishing an unlicensed weapon and issuing terrorist threats at Facebook headquarters. Take it around back! Go, go, go! You have the right to remain.
Roll 'em!
Police, stop, or I'll shoot.
Mason!
Ted, no, Teddy!
Look at you in charge of breakfast. You're making your sister look bad.
Check on her, will you, Mimi? She's been in the bathroom too long.
Jill used to say it only takes a few seconds to cut. Don't assume just because she's been in there so long.
I'm sure she's fine.
Please check on her, Mimi.
Molly! Pancakes!
Hey, you going today?
No, I'm staying. To keep an eye on the movers.
Well, don't overdo it. We have 2 houses to stage next week. I really think she'd enjoy it if you came sometime.
Mm-hmm.
It would really help with the healing process, you know?
To quote a famous felon, mean is shared.
You know, it was Teddy who first added cinnamon to the batter. Did you add the cinnamon?
I did. Uncle Ted, lemon curd with your pancakes?
I made some fresh. Give him some. He loves my curd.
Mimi, have you found someone yet to take him for his afternoon walks? There's no way I'm gonna be able to do it in the middle of the day when you're living all the way down in Gilroy.
Jill can do it when she gets home.
That's not going to be for a while, Mom.
Nonsense. She's better every day.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we need to find a way for him to get his walks in.
Don't look. Teddy, don't look.
No, you look! Molly, look at me! Look at you. Yo, for God's sakes, look at us! Mimi, Mom is very sick.
I wouldn't go so
It may
far.
take her a while to come back from this, Mimi. But you don't have to worry. Because we're going to take care of her. Got that? Even later. I promise that what you and Gramps work to make here, that it all keeps going somehow, okay? They can't promise you about your hip, or a hospital, or even a facility, but I can promise you that I got this. We're going to Starbucks.